A lot of people wondering what's going to happen in their neighborhood. Joseph Dames has been hard at work since we went off the air at 6:30 to give you the most detailed forecast. Joseph, what do people need to be prepared for?
Well, I just want to preface right now that it's not going to be a massive snowstorm, and people don't need to be, nervous about it.
That's point number one.
That's point number one.
Yeah.
At least right around the Portland area and location to the south. It does depend on where you're at, because if you're going to be south of Salem or even around Salem, I do expect some good snowfall. But some locations even closer to Portland, it might just be on the lighter side for the accumulation. I do expect snowfall for just about everyone.
So we don't need anybody watching at home right now to feel like they need to put on their sweatpants and run to Fred Meyer to pick up bread and milk.
No, likely not. Unless you're down towards Eugene, and then you probably have already done that.
Okay.
And you've probably already made your way to the stores. Yes.
There's one man in Eugene right now that's scrambling to go to the store.
Yeah, likely.
Yeah.
But there's definitely some locations that we have to be worried about. And then if you're doing any sort of traveling, I do want to get you prepared for that. I just want to start us off with, hey, I think it's going to be okay as we go into the morning hours. And of course, every single update that we've seen so far has trended this a little bit to the south and has kept those snow totals that are a bit higher to the south as well. So you're going to see some updates here compared to what we were talking about maybe about at 5 or 6 p.m. and if you joined in Facebook Live. Okay, again, that snow chance is still high for just about everyone here in the valley. The further north you go, it does become a little bit more to the moderate level, but I do expect a little bit of snowfall for just about everyone. The larger snow totals are still going to be down in the southern part of the valley. Portland will likely see still some snow. It just doesn't look like it's going to be very impressive. Where that heavier snowfall is going to be is likely in the mountains, especially the Central Cascades as we go through the next 24 hours. I mean, we're talking about maybe multiple feet of snow. The Central Oregon section, areas like Bend and even up towards Madras, likely going to see some high snow totals still. And just a reminder that travel is definitely going to be an issue going through the passes. In fact, the Willamette Pass has been closed down for almost about 75 miles east of Eugene, all the way into areas of Central Oregon. So that's something that will continue to be a problem. Okay, so this is what we're thinking as of 11 p.m. so far. We're going to have probably about a trace to 2 inches around the Portland Valley floor. And if we get enough moisture to move on in, we'll be a little bit higher than that, especially for some locations higher than about 500 feet. But we're going to call for about trace to 2 inches. And we'll get to the timing here in just 1 second. Salem area about 2 to 5, and Eugene closer to about 5 to 8, maybe a little bit more than that, depending on where you live. Still going to keep that winter weather advisory in place until about 2 p.m. tomorrow. So not only will we likely see a little bit of light snowfall for the morning hours, it's possible that we get some more snowfall closer to about midday and maybe a little bit later on in the day as well. Winter storm warning still in place till 1 p.m. for areas like Eugene, stretching up towards Marion County. Winter storm warnings for Central Oregon over towards Eastern Oregon. I'm talking about areas like Pendleton till Wednesday, where you're going to have multiple opportunities to see some snowfall there, and it's going to cause some slowing, that's for sure. Okay, I want to show you what's going on the satellite radar. Here's that area of low pressure is moving, and it is pursuing off to the east. It's bringing a lot of moisture, and some of that is starting to move to the north. That's what we need. We're going to have the cold air in place near Portland, but we need the moisture as well, and that's going to be the trouble as far as the forecast goes. Is it going to make it to us, and what's the timing on that? Well, you can see just to the south here on the radar, that moisture is still south of Salem as of 11:15. So areas like Corvallis, probably going to start seeing some rain there. We have seen that transition to snowfall there towards Eugene, but areas like Salem are still seeing pretty mild temperatures at this hour. Follow me along. Here's the rain cloud forecast. So now we're going into model data. We were just looking at the radar. That was more live time. This is going to be the model data. This is going to start to show that snow move up towards areas like Portland, maybe around 3 to 4 a.m. I think it's going to take a little more time than maybe 3 a.m. I think more so like 4 to 5 a.m. is more likely. But you can see areas of Salem likely starting to see that snowfall at that time. But it doesn't really paint a lot over areas of Portland and Vancouver up towards Scappoose, Longview. Likely not going to see a lot of snowfall for your Monday morning. The heaviest snowfall, again, is going to be concentrated for the Central Cascades into Central Oregon. Becomes way more scattered by Monday afternoon. We kind of lose that moisture pretty quick, and then by the time we get to Tuesday morning, notice that we have some clear skies, which means we'll probably have some cold temperatures early Tuesday morning. And so far, this particular model says we might not see much on Tuesday. So here's one model. This is the Euro model. This is going to show our forecast snow totals as we go through into our Monday morning. This is at 7:30, depicting maybe about a ½ inch in Portland, a little bit more down towards Salem, 2 inches. Higher snow totals down towards towards Eugene. I think that's pretty consistent, and then pretty colossal numbers there for areas like Madras and Bennett. We'll keep an eye on that. I do believe we could potentially get about a foot of snow for areas of central Oregon. So we're going to have more updates overnight tonight and into early tomorrow morning. Kelly's going to be here. We're going to have reporters out there. I have a high of 36 degrees on Monday, 38 on Tuesday.
All right. Excellent work, Joseph. Thank you so much. It is time to get